This is Fargo South High School. Within the depths of its labyrinth hallways lie the bathrooms, which were used for carrying out natural processes and basic hygiene until recent times. The rise of vaping has reduced the school bathrooms to ruin, their intended purpose now a fragment of ancient history. The question is why? What drives students to conglomerate in the school bathrooms to use vapes? Through years of research and a series of interviews, I've come closer to finding the answer. It started when I stumbled into Lucas pretending to play piano in the practice rooms. I asked for his opinion on vaping.
I've heard the stories. I haven't really gone to the bathrooms a whole lot, so I've never really run into it too much. But I'll tell you, I won't name names, but in that house we're building out there in construction, we got guys taking vape breaks about every 10 minutes. They just kind of go to the back of the house or like up in the attic, and they just start juuling or whatever. Well, I mean, it's kind of a social thing, and you get at school, it's like just this instigator for all this social behavior, and that just amplifies it. You know, it's like, why are little kids always so hyper when they got a birthday party? It's just it's exponential the more you get in there, and that just carries through the different stages of life. When you get more kids together, the higher probability of hitting the jewel. So
He had a pretty interesting theory. After Lucas, I wandered around and noticed that Mr. Zozel's room was open, so I asked him for his thoughts.
I guess one of my thoughts, and there's really nothing to back this up, I guess one of my thoughts would be that it is something that seemingly is disapproved by, I suppose, adults in some cases. Therefore, it makes it attractive for people to do. If there is a large amount of people that do it, there could be peer pressure involved that could be another reason why people do it.
Rebellion against authority and peer pressure, more possible explanations. Next, I ran into freshman Ian Strand in the bathroom and asked for his 2 cents.
Oh, hi. I'm Ian Strand. I don't like vaping very much. It's pretty bad. A lot of people in here, you know. A couple of them have been caught. It's pretty dangerous too. Got a lot of nicotine in those pods, you know. Well, I guess those are jewels, but you know, it's there's a lot of smoke coming from it too.
Ian's response made me realize that I should interview more qualified people, so I traveled to my workplace to meet with an expert. I asked Andrew about his experiences with vaping in school.
Yeah, I mean, right away, like my freshman year, people weren't ripping like those big chunky vapes in school, but the second those smaller little e-cigs came out, people were hitting those all the time, and my schools would try and put vape sensors in, but with that little device, nothing's gonna happen. I mean, for some kids that actually like develop that nicotine addiction and dependency, it's just easy to go in the bathroom, get that quick fix. They're not gonna like wait to get out of school when they can just go rip it in a stall, you know? And there's hardly any smoke, dude. There's easy ways to sploof it with like shit ton of toilet paper and stuff. I don't know, I just don't see a purpose to like waiting when you have that addiction. That, and I guess it's another way for people to like get introduced to it, because say there's a kid that actually is addicted, he's going into the bathrooms and hitting his jewel or whatever he has. Another random kid walks in, say he's like kind of newer, doesn't really do that stuff, but he'd be willing to check it out. It's easy for him to give him that jewel and he'll hit it, and then he's the next person in that bathroom, like hitting it and handing it off to the next person. I remember my freshman year when the jewel first came into the bathroom, my first time ever seeing it. It was crazy. I didn't even know what it was called, and nobody knew what it was. And then come junior, my senior year, you walk into the bathroom, there's 2 people peeing in the stalls next to you, and they're both jewel in the mouth, they're puffing away. There's teachers in the bathroom, they can't really see it, so it has become a lot more of I guess you could say, problem. Cigarettes are just, in general, they're toxic, or they're going to be more toxic than juuling, but juuling's not safe either because nobody knows what kind of chemicals they're putting into those pods, and there's really no way to tell. So we are the tobacco industry's lab rats, basically.
Andrew had a lot of valuable insight. It made me wonder if our school was doing anything to stop vaping in the bathrooms, so I went to see Dr. Birch. I didn't get any video of Birch's interview, but I was able to remember what he said. He told me that nothing formal is currently being done to stop vaping at South High besides new posters outside the bathrooms. Vapes are more accessible than ever now because students can buy them online, and that he confiscates a vape device once a week on average. He showed me his latest catch, then suggested I talk to the student resource officer. Officer Nielsen gave me an in-depth opinion on vaping in school.
I think I wouldn't call it a status symbol. I think it's kind of like 18 to 20-year-olds who are technically an adult but not a drinking age adult, who will go out and have drinks during the weekends. So like college kids do. It's kind of a way to do something that they're not. That's trying to think of the word, taboo at their age, and doing it in a place where they know that they're not supposed to. When I was in school, it was the quote unquote smoking in the boys' room. Well, now it's vaping in the boys' room, and it's easier because you don't have to have cigarettes and matches, and there's no smoke. It's just vapor. And actually, the national statistics are saying that it's somewhere in the range of 700% more high school students are doing it across the country than smoking cigarettes now. I think if they're going to smoke and they want to experience that, because there is a very minor high at the introduction of nicotine into the body. I think that they're going to go with the vape device more than the cigarette, because you can pick the flavor. You can pick see if it's got you can get bubble gum or fruit flavors or soda pop flavors versus smelling like an ashtray. I think honestly it's kind of like the flavor of the month. Right now this is going to be the popular piece. It seems for kids to be the easiest to conceal. It seems to be the easiest to use because you're not lighting a match or a lighter to light a cigarette. It's just right there. It's instantaneous. But there's flavors. And until something bigger, it's kind of like going from reel-to-reel movies to VHS to DVDs to streaming now. We're kind of probably at the DVD phase when it comes to smoking devices. If I had to pick the lesser of two evils, I think I would go with a vape, again, because it is just it's a water vapor with the chemicals mixed in. So yeah, you're not getting the tar, and you're not coating the lungs with smoke and tar. You're coating the lungs with, liquid.
At this point, I had heard several different theories for why kids vape in school. I concluded that even though students probably all have their own reasons for vaping in the bathrooms, they are also maintaining social equilibrium by keeping authority in check with their deviant behavior. Kids are always going to be doing something that breaks the rules, whether that be smoking, vaping, or whatever comes next. Andrew and Nielsen were pretty spot on in that sense. If one person stops vaping, another starts, and once vaping loses popularity, something just as taboo will come to take its place.
I don't.
My general opinion of vaping, I mean, I ain't gonna stop you or nothing, but I don't know, it looks kind of stupid.
Pick a different place to do it. I don't know why it has to be school. And again, maybe it's just one of those things where you're just kind of it's a challenge to see if you can do it and get away with it. And but I guess I'm kind of going back to one of your questions. I'd rather have them use a vape than cigarette and lighters and potentially light something on fire or something like that.
just love vaping, man.